Two outfits, almost identical. Same color, same silhouette, and yet they don't feel the same. One stays still, the other comes alive. Because style isn't only what you see, it's how it moves. There is something almost effortless about silk. It doesn't resist movement, it follows it. Gently, naturally, without interruption. As the body shifts, the fabric responds instantly, creating soft ripples that move like water. Light doesn't just touch it, it travels across it. Every step introduces a new reflection. Every angle reveals a different tone. It never feels heavy. It never feels forced. It simply flows, creating a presence that feels refined without trying to be. This is the kind of elegance that doesn't need structure to be understood. It exists in motion. Where silk moves freely, wool holds its ground. There is intention in every line. Every edge is defined. Every shape is maintained. Movement doesn't disrupt the fabric. It reinforces it. As the body moves forward, the structure remains intact, creating a silhouette that feels controlled and composed. Nothing shifts unnecessarily. Nothing falls out of place. This is where elegance becomes architectural. Not soft, but strong. Not fluid, but precise. It communicates clarity, a sense of direction, a quiet authority that doesn't need to be announced. Linen tells a different story. It doesn't aim for perfection, and that is exactly what makes it beautiful. It breathes. It moves with the air, not against it. Sometimes it folds, sometimes it creases, and instead of taking away from the look, it adds character. There is something honest about linen, something real. It doesn't try to control the moment. It becomes part of it. And in that softness, there's a different kind of elegance, one that feels relaxed, grounded, and completely unforced. Velvet changes everything. The moment it appears, the pace slows. Movement becomes deliberate, heavier, more considered. The fabric doesn't reflect light the way others do. It absorbs it. And in doing so, it creates depth, layers of shadow and richness that shift slowly as the body moves. Each step feels weighted. Each turn feels intentional. Nothing is rushed. Nothing is accidental. This is elegance that holds presence. It doesn't need motion to stand out, but when it moves, it transforms. Chiffon exists in a completely different space. It doesn't follow the body. It floats around it. It lifts with the slightest movement, then settles gently, almost silently. There is no heaviness here, no resistance, just air, light, and softness. As it moves, it creates layers, subtle, shifting, almost invisible transitions. It doesn't demand attention, but it captures it anyway. Because there's something about that lightness that feels almost intangible, almost like it's not even there, and yet it defines the entire look. Not every fabric needs to move to create impact. Some create it by staying grounded. Denim holds its shape. It doesn't flow, it doesn't drift. Instead, it supports. The movement comes from the person wearing it, not from the fabric itself. And that creates a balance, a contrast between structure and ease, between control and comfort. This is where modern elegance lives, in pieces that don't try too hard, but still feel complete, still feel intentional. When you begin to understand fabric, you begin to understand something deeper about style. It's no longer just about how something looks. It's about how it behaves, how it responds, how it interacts with movement, light, and space. Because clothing is never truly still, and neither are you. Every step you take, every gesture you make, changes the way an outfit is experienced. And when the fabric moves with intention, everything else begins to fall into place. That's when style stops being something you wear and becomes something you embody.